Greetings, Upper L. Why don't we give a greetings? I'm filming this for the at-home students. So greeting to Sebastian.
Hey Sebastian! Hi Sebastian!
You hear that, guys? Greeting to Leo.
Hi Leo!
Greeting to Sophia.
Hi Sophia!
Greeting to Lucas.
Hi Lucas!
All right. So what I'm here today to do is to first explain a little bit about what we'll be doing in band class, especially for new to Upper L students. And then we'll choose the band groups. I have a form to help you choose where you rate 1 through 3, which group you want to be in. Then, well, maybe before that, I'll ask if you have any questions. Then, at the end. So, first question, I'll answer it myself, and then I'd love to hear from you guys. What does band class mean to you? To me, band class and being in bands, I've been in not zillions, probably 15 bands in my lifetime. And a big part of being in a band for me has always been making connections with people. Making connections with people, as friends, but also making connections musically, because music is kind of like a language. So if you're in a band and everything's locked in, they say, and flowing together, it's almost like you're communicating with each other in a real sweet way. The other thing about being in bands, well, I guess I'll just leave it at that. Those are the main two things for me. Growing musically, connecting with others musically, and connecting with others as people. So I was wondering, those people who have been in band class before, or people from the strings class, if anyone wanted to share what it was for them, what it was like, that experience to be in a band class or a strings class for them. Ayla.
For me, well, over the summer, I've been in a strings class with Heather for violin, and what it means to me to do that is, it's really cool to learn a new instrument, but it's also really soothing to play it without in school there was a bunch of people around me playing, and that was fun with other people, but I liked it a bit better with Heather just so I could play by myself.
That's great. That's playing an instrument for me is a very soothing experience. I remember when I was a kid, I know it's not an instrument, but starting at 8 years old, I used to have to go out into the woodshed to get the wood for our fireplace. We had 6 fireplaces, this old house in Connecticut. And the woodshed, you had to go outside and into this old building. It was from the 1800s, and there was actually an outhouse in there. It kind of smelled bad in there, and you went in and you could turn on this one little light bulb. And this, it was in the wintertime, so it was dark most of the late afternoon, evening. One little light bulb, and just all the shadows that got thrown onto the wood. I just did not like it until maybe I was 13 or 14. But what I would do, and it was just so soothing, is I would start singing.
That's an instrument, Jay.
It is an instrument. So, music has a way of healing, whether it's an instrument or your voice. And it's soothing, as Ayla said. Anyone? Ava? Yes. There's something very satisfying about working hard to learn something and then getting that feeling of, yeah, I'm doing this. And then sharing it with others too can be very satisfying. Either with people there or, you know, filming. And I know Ava and other people in strings class definitely did some filming of themselves playing over the spring, which is great. Anyone else? Yes.
To sort of add on to what Ava said, what I remember when I was little, like maybe 4 or 5, I went to, I forget what it was called, but it was like sort of a festival with like live music and stuff, and the people who were playing the live music were like warming up, and it was like sort of like strings and guitar and like all of those things, like there's like maybe a ukulele, a banjo, a guitar, cello, a bass, and a violin, I think, or something like that. And so my dad asked me, like, if when you grow up, what instrument do you want to play out of those? And I picked violin, not really knowing what it sounded like or what it was. So then it's just amazing that I remember that, and then I know that, like, it's like I chose that when I was little, and then when I grew up, or not when I grew up, but like now, I'm playing.
Yeah, and that reminds me that listening to music and listening to other people in your band group just playing by themselves can also be very, very satisfying, but also listening, it's a little tricky, but learning how to play your part in the band, but also listening to everyone around you at the same time, that can be really fulfilling and satisfying. Jade.
Adding on to what Ayla said, or not really though, I was once at a music festival too, and there was a case of instruments, and when I was walking by them, I told my dad that I wanted to play the violin someday, and then I played it.
Good, I'm glad that worked out.
I'm not playing it anymore though.
You're not. Ava, that's great. You never know what draws you to a certain instrument. Yeah. Tom. Yeah, those powerful experiences from music. They stay with you forever. Anyone else? Oh, Ashley.
Well, it's kind of like what everyone's saying, is it's a way of communicating, and it's soothing, but it's for things that don't have words. It's for feelings and things that just, there's no words.
Yeah. There's a certain magic happening.
Yeah.
And it's similar to the magic you get, like, if you're walking in the woods and just feeling able to hear the wind and see the beauty, and all your senses are being bombarded. Music can give you that as well. Tom. For the play, yes. Poetry performance. Yep. Yeah, that's you new to Upper L. Well, actually, it didn't. We did do the poetry performance last year. Current 5th graders did the poetry performance last year. But you have not had the play experience, which talk about bringing people together. It's an awesome feeling. So, so let me talk to you about this form.